Hello audience, my name is Warren Peppard. I'm the Head of Development Management at Lincolnshire County Council, and I will give a brief commentary on the Albion Close Lincoln submission. The full technical details for the scheme you will have seen within the submission, but this is my opportunity to reiterate the main principles, challenges and how as a partnership we achieved what many stated at the outset was unachievable. Albion Close development was an extension to an existing circa 1960s cul-de-sac development. As you can see from these slides, the existing is very traditional in layout, for its time incorporating the standard carriageway, footways, curb segregation with traditional gully, pipe, sewer, surface water drainage arrangements. The new development has only recently been adopted. However, the journey began almost 10 years ago, which demonstrates the ongoing commitment that all stakeholders invested to truly deliver what we believe to be the blueprint for all such schemes in Lincoln. The site itself had many constraints, including multi-directional land slopes and its irregular long and narrow shape. It would have been easy 10 years ago to revert back to the traditional gullies and pipes, but given the desire by all involved to deliver a Code 5 sustainable home development, we embraced the challenge to overcome the constraints. It is worth reflecting that 10 years ago, SuDS was a relatively new concept to development in Lincolnshire and was very much a new world to us. So, armed with the substantially thick SuDS manual, we started to interpret what would work at Albion Close. I mentioned earlier blueprint. As a result of partnership working, local standards were developed during this project to ease the pain for future SuDS delivery. Source, surface and green were the overriding principles, and our objective was to treat the rainwater as an opportunity and not just something that we needed to get rid of. Although not evident from these slides, rainwater harvesting systems supply each dwelling. Permeable paving and subsurface storage serves private surfaces, and grass filter strips, swales and a bioretention basin controls, treats and conveys surface water from the public areas. Principles for the public areas was to surface flow to the northeast across grass filter strips and swales and control that flow via check jams due to the topography of the site. Ultimate discharge was to the existing public sewer. However, the bioretention basin was necessary for exceedance of the existing public sewer capacity. What the scheme has delivered through its source, surface and green principles is improved flood risk both to and from the development, enhanced water quality, amenity and biodiversity. Incorporating the bioretention basin adjacent to the existing woodland enabled circa 50 native species of trees to be planted, creating an enjoyable and healthy public space which serves multifunctional benefit. Is the scheme perfect? I'm sure it is not, but to us in Lincolnshire it is an exemplar of delivering something beyond the minimum through the commitment.
This is a fantastic roof that's got areas that are dedicated for nature, but there's also areas that are dedicated for people.
This is really showing that actually on one roof, which the public has access to during the store's opening, people can come and experience all different types of green roofs.
So on the Ikea project, there's a massive green roof, and our small shelters on ground level hopefully are going to have some relation to that and get people talking. People and the public can see that stuff, and then they can relate to the bigger projects.
Ikea absolutely love this space that they've got, and it's such a great tool for them to use. It's great for engagement. No other store has got a facility like this.
This roof is full of diversity. It's diversity of systems and diversity of approaches.
There's three key areas here. You've got your biodiverse areas, you've got your areas for fruit and growing vegetables, but also you've got areas for relaxation and well-being. So they are divided, but they are all as one, and you can appreciate all areas.
We put 7 shelters into Ikea. They've got sweet chestnut logs on the side, drilled for solitary bees. What we're really all about is trying to squeeze as much niche habitat and plants and soils into urban places. It's got to have a green roof, or it's got to have a piece of niche. So this might be for solitary bees, it might be for spiders, it might be for birds. We can't let a piece of infrastructure go in and be wasted.
And at the same time, the roof is doing something which is important in London. It's storing rainwater and reducing the runoff rate.
One of the big drivers for green roofs is the fact that they absorb water, they stop flooding.
By having green roofs and roof gardens, we're keeping the water at roof level, so the plants are going to use it. Some of the water is going to be harvested and used within the toilets. Some of that water then goes back into the irrigation system on the roof. All in all, we're capturing it and reusing it at this point, rather than it going off into sewers and flooding cities.
That process of delivering biodiversity with local seeds and storing rainwater, and also having roof gardens which people can come on and see and then look over onto the wildflowers, makes this a real exemplary project in terms of the next 20 years of green roofs in London.
It's important for the public to see this is how a roof space could be utilised, that this can be done and recreated on any roof, on any building and any future project, but also it can be retrofitted. Everyone should utilise their roof space in this way, you know, for the multiple benefits that it creates.